when I started WordPress, at the point I started using CSS inside the WordPress and all that. But then at the point I realized, okay, I'm going towards this path. I need to also go a little bit deeper, get my hands dirty.
Okay, so you thought WordPress wasn't getting your hands dirty enough.
WordPress is tough.
Hello guys, welcome back to the Fortune Tech Space. Today is another interesting day. We have Bless in the space and he will be sharing his tech journey with us. But first off, as you know, we'll let him introduce himself and then we move into his tech journey. So yeah, Bless, we are welcome to the space and we want you to introduce yourself to us. All right.
Thank you. So at long last I'm here.
Yes, I've been fighting and looking for you.
Okay. Glad to be on Fortune Tech Space.
Yeah.
So my name is Tademe Bless.
Okay. Yeah.
So I started not as a tech person, but then along the line, I got inspired by my mentor, who happens to be more or less like my big brother.
Okay.
So that's how come I just switched quickly.
You switched from what to what?
So, before I was going into the university, I was going to a different path. But then after the first level 100, I had a long chat with my brother, and then he kind of introduced me to a lot of things. So, and at times when you are watching your code at that instance working online for you to see at a glance, you feel like happy. So he was showing me some of his works, and it was really cool. So I just jumped into it straight away without thinking twice.
Mm-hmm. So what you said in level 100, what course were you studying and you had to switch because your brother introduced you and all that?
Okay,
what course?
So I was doing geography. But then there was kind of a little bit tech kind of stuff in geography where we had to download satellite images and then use ArcMap, ArcGIS, other software to analyze those data and then kind of give result out of it. So along the line, started going through Python.
Okay.
So when you are analyzing the data, you need to get some kind of Python before you can finish whatever you want to do. So that kind of also, in a way, kind of
moved you into the tech.
That thing. But then when I started off with WordPress.
Okay.
So when I started WordPress, at a point I started using CSS inside the WordPress and all that. But then at a point I realized, okay, I'm going towards this path. I need to also go a little bit deeper, get my hands dirty.
Okay. So you thought WordPress wasn't getting your hands dirty enough.
WordPress is tough. But then, I like building things just to solve problems and all that. But WordPress is more or less like getting companies' ideas and all that online for people to visit and check the website. Then it's also kind of help institutions be able to update their content at the go without going back to the code to go and change all those things. So I was doing it and I realized I have to go deeper and be able to create more stuffs.
Okay. All right, that's cool. So we would want you to in secondary school you completed and then you started working as a tech person, or what was the experience like
for
you?
I think after secondary school, we kind of, at that time, you don't really know much. You heard of courses and all that. Some people talking about, if you do general arts, people talking about going to law. If you do science, people talking about going to medicine and all that. And we know all these traditional, courses in the university.
Yeah.
When somebody mentioned medicine, law, those things are there. So, so when you are coming out and you are not thinking of going into law, medicine, and then you don't really know where to go. But then at a point, I was reading an article about, I'm more or less like somebody who wants to, find a problem and then be able to, in a way, solve it.
Okay.
So when I was reading, there was some book, My Guide to Higher Education. So I was reading through the book because I did general arts. So when I saw that, that course, the geography, and then within that it has that GIS aspect where you kind of take data, use that data to analyze and be able to, going forward. So an example is, let's say we have a bank who wants to, set up ATM machines, and then in areas. So the bank will say, okay, we want to establish ATM machines in 20 communities. But then you don't just go and, set up the ATM machine there. It can be there, nobody is using it, and that's waste of money. Yeah. So along the way, we'll be able to, use that GIS and then certain amount of data from those localities and location. We look at where, if there are roads going to that place, if like it's connected for people to really go there. Yeah. We'll add all those variables and then be able to run it through the software to be able to, detect whether it's viable for you to. Yeah. So when I was going through that kind of GIS stuff, I realized, okay, then why don't I go there? Because at that time, most of us have not really seen that kind of GIS stuff. But then I knew it when I went to the university. So in level 100, they didn't tell us about GIS, but I knew we would do it. So I think level 200, we started GIS. But then before the level 200 for the GIS, I've already started with the tech journey, so it kind of prepared me towards that. Okay. So, the funny thing is, you go to class, that's where I realized when it comes to technology or learning how to do stuff, it's not really about you kind of, somebody is teaching you, so you are just watching the tutorial or whatever and be clicking and following. You get lost because in class you realize some people have their laptops, so like this, and then they watch the lecture, click. So one mistake or one missed step, then the person cannot do anything. They are lost. So when I go to class, I see a lot of colleagues following back. When I go there, I just put the laptop down and I'll be watching the lecture. So as he's going through it, we get to a point he will mention some keyword. Okay, the software is just like Word. So if you are going to Word, you are typing and you are looking for a way to bolding the text. What do? You look for the tool. Yeah. So it's the same concept. So I'll just sit down, look at him, what he's doing, and write all those keywords down. Mm-hmm. So when I go back to the hostel, I'll pick the thing, go through it, I'll look at the keyword, and I know as for software, you know where all the tabs and tools are. You go there, pick the tool, and use it for whatever. But those people who were doing click and follow, I realized it's no good. And the funny thing, they always come back to come and learn the practical aspect.
Okay, so let's look at your current state. You did GIS stuff in school. So what are you working as right now? Or what field are you focused on?
Okay, so after school, maybe when we were about to, graduate and start our services, people were looking at, going to those big companies.
Yeah.
And Accra and all that. But me, that kind, I was looking at places where if I go, I'll be valued. Not like going to the big company where even after working hard, then at the end of the day they will say, okay, bye bye. Then you go and find another work or go and search for another job. So I was looking at places where if I go, I'll be able to make an impact. So there was a time I was doing something. I was kind of coding, and somebody happens to be at my back watching me. The person knew I'm more or less like a GIS person, but he didn't know I was kind of into coding. So that person was behind me. I didn't know. So later, this person called me and told me about a company. They needed somebody like this. They want to revamp their website and all that. At that point, I was still in school, level 400, first semester or so. So they needed to revamp their website. And I said, okay, fine, fair enough. I'll be able to take on the challenge. So I got to these people. Then I think they wanted to test me to know whether I can be able to do that revamping.
Okay.
So they gave me some, I think, database updates. And then the boss was like, okay, so this one can even take you, let's say, roughly 2 weeks to finish. But then to their surprise, I finished within 3 days. So after that 3 days thing, they realized this guy is really hardworking. So let us give him more. So they gave me the chance to revamp their website. So after doing that, and then they realized I'm good. So national service, they said, come and work with us. We want you to work with us. So they wrote a letter to national service, and I was posted there. So after the service too, I met the director. He spoke to me. He said, oh, I want to still retain you here so that you work for us. So right away, they gave me a permanent job after service.
And so you were working there as what?
I was working there as IT support and then web manager.
Okay. What firm was that? Like,
it's an educational setting.
Oh, okay.
So more or less like international school where they do this Cambridge system.
Oh, okay.
So I think during my first period after national service, and then the COVID came. So at that point, there were a lot of issues, like children are not coming to school. How are you going to teach the kids? So that's where, together with the team, we started thinking, planning and all that. So that's where I started looking into educational setting, how we can pick all those problems in there and kind of create a software that can manage everything for them. Because we realized at that time we were looking for software to do certain things.
Okay.
And then when you go online, you want those softwares, they will tell you because you are out of US or Europe or something like that, you need to pay. Because over there, the government have kind of subsidized that one for them. But in Africa, you cannot get that. So what do? So you need to also work hard and pay something that our people can also use.
Okay.
So I created something like that for my institution. They are using it. So
the institution like hired you to build something like that, or like out of your curiosity and your coding skills, you built that to help the situation as at that time.
Okay, so I had the skill, and then they kind of also know I had that skill.
Mm-hmm.
So my boss was like, okay, bless, here's the case, we have a problem. These things tech can solve them. So what do we do? So can we do something? Then I took on the challenge. Then at that moment, we needed it urgently. So I kind of used like within, I think, 1 month or 2 months to be able to get that thing ready for them to use. Then as time went by, we were able to improve it and then add more features and all that. So what we have now.
Okay. So now that school has a system that manage literally all their operations and all that.
Everything.
Wow, I see. Cool stuff. So currently you still work there?
Yes, I still work.
And the experience is still good.
Good.
Okay. So, yeah, we are going to end this interview here, but not end the entire show because Bless has a product that he would be sharing with us and just, some walk through demo on how his product works, and he would align us on what the goal is, what the product is for, who can use it, who can't use it, and all that. Yeah, so I'll leave the stage and let Bless take over on the product review.
Welcome back, everyone. So, actually, this is Schola. So, Schola is a school management ERP software where any institution that has access to it can record and manage everything about the school. So, we have this dashboard. When you log in, you come to this dashboard where everything that is in the school will be stated here. So first of all, we have this menu. I'll go through the models. So the first one is the admission portal where you have all applications. Then if you are the one applying for applications here, then you have the link to apply for admission. Then we have the front desk where we have the visitor log and then the call logs. We also have the modules for the teachers to manage teachers and form tutors. We have all teachers, add a teacher, and then the form tutor. You assign a teacher to a class. Then we have student information. So here the parents can see everything about the students. Then we have academic reports. We have the comment bank. We have grades. We have subject enrollment. We have subject register. And then we have record mark. We have the non-scoring part where you have assessment group, assessment option, and then non-scoring assessment. So this one records assessment for the student, and this one records mark value. Then we have the attendance system where you mark attendance manually on the system with just a click of a button. Then we have the smart attendance where we use QR code generated by the system to record attendance for all the students. We have behavior records where teachers record incidents that happen in a school, which is positive or negative. So you can have a positive mark or negative value to it. Then we also have subject where we manage the subject records, all subject and then subject teachers. We have student records where we have all the students. We have assigned student to a parent. We add a student, and then we add a student to a class. And then we can use this one to promote a student from one class to the other in a different academic year. Then we have the account office where we do all the settings for accounting and all that in the school. We have the default limit. We have fee types, payment method, collect fees, and then fee settings. We have account reports. We have payment history and then default test reports. Then we come to income. So we have the income group. We have income. We come to expenses, the same thing. So expense group. So the group is kind of categorization of the income and then the expenses. Then we have assignment where teachers can upload assignment for their class, and then the parents can have access to all those information. Then we have e-library where teachers can upload their lessons, whether video or PDF, for the student to be able to have access to. Then we have transport system. Of course, in the school we have busing system and all that. So as a school, you can also utilize this where you have the vehicle, you register the vehicle in the system with the number plate and all that. And then the person responsible for driving the vehicle. Then we have the vehicle routes. which vehicle passes this route. Is the vehicle going through sphincters to adenta and all that? You define those things. Then we have department. So department groups each subject, teachers, students, and all that into groupings, where we have science department, maths department, and all that. Then we have user management. You have all users. You'll be able to manage all your users, and then you can create users as an institution. So you can create user for a parent, an accountant, or a teacher. Then we have announcement, where we use this one to create events happening in the school, upcoming events, and all that. Then we have send bulk SMS, where we use it to communicate with all stakeholders. So it can be SMS to parents, it can be SMS to all teachers and all that, just to make communication easier in the school. Then we have generate reports. Of course, when you are gathering data, the most important thing is for the data that you are gathering, you will be able to generate report and be able to make informed decisions. So you have student ID card, where you can generate ID card for all the students at a go. And then those ID cards can be used as an identity in the school for payment of fees and all that. And then it can also be used for the QR code attendance, where you just scan your QR code on the device, and then attendance will be recorded. Then we have the balance sheet, where it records all the monies in the school, in the institution, whether fees, payment, and all that, the balance sheet. Then we have daily payment, every day, how much you are taking. We have the class fee and all those statistics about the class, about fees. Then we have income report, and then we have expenses report. Then we have configuration, where you can look at the school profile, the academic year, the term, the class, and the class level. So you can use this to manage the school profile and all that, and then be able to run your system. So this is a bit about Schola, and then as a team, we are always ready and willing to accept requests for customization to fit your institution needs, or you can reach out to us and we'll be able to register you on the system. Very affordable, very easy to use, and then you are getting enough benefits from us. Once you join the Schola community, you'll be able to get amazing offers like free website reviews for your institution. When you are also going to build a new website, our team is able to get on it and build a website for you at a discounted price. That's the benefit of getting into joining Schola community. We are not here to, give you the software for you to just use, but we want you to feel part of the Schola community, where everything that you shared with us will be incorporated into the system for us to enjoy our system and be able to run our school and institution happily and easier. Thank you very much.